Okay, so as readers, what makes you want to read a book? I mean,
The
more.
one thing I love seeing, like number one thing that I love seeing is like artwork or fan art before I start a book because I'm very visual and like reading a book it helps to have that visualization of the character. Some people don't like it. I like it personally. I like to see them using their abilities. I like to see that they have powers. It's going to be a book about like powers or Avatar the Last Airbender or something with just magic system. I want to see like fan art where the characters like have swords and they're using their abilities at the same time. So I know this is a controversial author, but I one time watched a review. Somebody did a review on Fourth Wing, and the reason why I read Fourth Wing was because somebody explained a person that I always watch that does reviews. I watched them explain the signet system in Fourth Wing, and that was like their magic system. And she was explaining how she didn't like it and how the powers work. And she was also explaining that the dragons can talk to their writer, and the thing that she didn't like, I absolutely loved. And that's why I love watching both negative and positive reviews because I like seeing like what people don't like is sometimes what I absolutely freaking love in a book. So I'll watch negative and positive reviews. Sometimes like positive reviews, I'll be like, ooh, you're saying a lot of things that I don't like. And sometimes negative reviews, it'll be like, oh my god, I would fucking love this book. I also do audiobooks, so having the book in multiple formats actually helps, even though like now I can do Kindle with Alexa. Having the book in audiobooks, Kindle, and also having it in physical format helps me a lot. So having the book in like multiple formats helps me a lot. Sometimes I want to listen to it in audio, sometimes I want to do e-Kindle, sometimes I want to do physical copy, sometimes I want to do both. I want to read along and I want to listen to it at the same time. And like audiobook snippets, I do a lot of audiobook samples and like I'll sample out like, okay, what is this book really about? What is this book really about? Because sometimes people give summaries of books and they're like, I don't want to spoil it. I just don't want to spoil it when they do reviews. So then it's very hard to get like, well, I kind of want a little bit of spoiler. I just want some kind of trope, something that gives away some of the plot. I want a little bit more of the plot, a more magic system. Tell me what's in the book a little. And audiobook snippets sometimes do that where they're like, okay, here's what's in the book, here's what's not in the book, here's how this world works, here are the dynamics of the world, the political intrigue, the just all of it, the world building. Sometimes audiobook snippets have that, or sometimes when people do reviews and they include all this stuff, absolutely love that. And then this one's a double-edged sword, and all of these could be double-edged swords, but comparison to another book, but like specific comparison. I don't want like, oh, this is like Throne of Glass for all fantasy books. I don't want this is like Akatar for all fantasy books. Like, say it's like Shadow and Bone. This is like Shadow and Bone. If it's like Avatar the Last Airbender, say it's like Avatar the Last Airbender. If you're going to compare it, don't just compare it to the same popular books that are out there. For me, it's like be oddly specific about which fantasy series are you talking about? Which fantasy series are you referencing? This is like the Hunger Games. Oh, I fucking love the Hunger Games. Sign me up right now. This is like Percy Jackson. Oh, okay. Give me that book. Uh, buy now. Buy now on all versions of that copy. And this one I think works the most, like word of mouth. Somebody that I trust, like a friend that reads the same type of books that I do and like kind of has the same opinions that I do surrounding books and like tropes and certain things that happen in books. We're not gonna all 100% agree, but if one friend is telling me, oh, I like this type of book, I have certain friends that I rely on for like dark romance, or certain people on this app that are like, oh, I read more romantasy, I read more fantasy, I read more sci-fi, and I read more what's it called? More like dark romance mixed with a little bit of fantasy. Then it's like, okay, then like word of mouth really helps with that, because then certain people you're gonna trust with certain recommendations. If I want diverse reads, I know that I'm gonna listen to Carrie. And Carrie is one person that does a lot of diverse reads. She does a lot of like LGBT reads as well. If I want to know about like romantasy reads, then I'll do like Arulina or even Chelsea. They'll read more romantasy. If I want science fiction recommendations, I'll watch Marines. Or if I want to do like more just general fiction, then I'll watch Reads with Rachel. Another science fiction person that I watch on YouTube is, her name is Elliot. I think it's like Reads with Elliot or something like that. But she's the one that I told you guys that I did, or like I listened to the negative review of Fourth Wing, and everything she was saying, I was like, wait, this is vibing with me. I actually want to read this book. So I'll like scour through everything before I read a book. Like my selection process for a book, it's not intense, but I'll like listen to the audiobook. I'll see if they have a Kindle edition. I'll see if they have a physical copy. I'll ask friends. I'll ask people that are reviewing the book, like people that I could talk to on the app. I'm like, how did you like it? How did you like it? How did you like it? And then I'll watch reviews. And if my favorite reviewers have a review video, then I'm going to go and look at that review and be like, okay, so what did they like about it? What can I pick from it? And what did they not like about it? Maybe I shouldn't read this book. Maybe I'm not going to like this book, because there have been sometimes people posting positive reviews about a book that I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think that's gonna be for me. And then sometimes the negative reviews are, it's like, that's the one. I'm reading that next, because that has me written all over it.